the sunny side. Good afternoon. Yeah, my voice is good. Don't worry, I'm fine. How are you doing? Welcome aboard. 12:30 on the clock right now. Whew! I love the weather. It's else. Now, there is a group that's calling for a ban on keeping dead bodies in the morgue or mortuary for a long time. Now, their belief is that, when people are not buried quickly, they start roaming to get rich quick, which of course, like the other ones to actually, get rich quick. All right. So apart from the whole spiritual belief thingy, there are actually many families, right, that delay burials for different reasons. For some of them, they just need some time to raise money because it's not, the person has died, dig a grave, put the body in there. It's not that simple. That's not the way it works. You have to, entertain guests who actually come for that burial ceremony. So they need time to raise the money, to put the things they need to put together to, ensure that a burial country or in the same vicinity to actually be able to come back home. So until those relatives return home, they cannot go ahead with the burial. So that's one of the reasons why they may delay burial. And then there are some other cultures where funerals are seen as big events, and so it requires long planning. You have to take it easy, like take your time and actually plan for these things, like our Igbo people and some other cultures where burials are seen as such big events or funerals are seen as such big events. But then keeping bodies for too long actually has its own implications, from incurring more costs because every day that body is spent high, to even becoming emotionally draining. Because as you keep waiting for when it will be the right time, in quotes, to actually bury this person, it's like you're going over the same issue over and over and over again. It's like all the conversations you're having for a very long time is just about burial. That's what you just be discussing, and how you missed the person and what led to their death, and those kind of things. It can be emotionally draining. So let's talk about why people delay burials, and then perhaps also even cultures that forbid delaying burials. So it's actually Masob in the southeast that we're calling for a ban on keeping dead bodies in the morgue for too long. So we're discussing delayed burial, asking how is too long. A week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 1 year, 2 years. I've heard some funeral announcements in this town actually, and then I hear them say that in the mortuary for that long, and it is now. You're working out loud. So talk to me. How long do you think is too long to keep a dead body in the mortuary? And second of all, the other aspect where these guys were talking about evil spirits, or dead bodies or dead people whose bodies are not buried, they start roaming. The spirits begin to roam and start possessing people. It might sound a little bit over the board to think like that, but I've never worked in a mortuary myself. I don't even know anybody who's a mortuary attendant. So in case you have worked there, or you have anybody who's worked there and perhaps shared some stories with you, we'd like to hear them. Ooh. Okay, we're not scared. Welcome aboard once again. Delayed burial. How long is too long? Let's talk. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. And 0817-923-0007. All right. For WhatsApp messages, you can send them to 0809-030-6416. 0809-030-6416. And also, what is the practice in your culture? What is culturally acceptable in your area? Is it acceptable for a body to be kept for as much as 1 year before a burial can be conducted, or is it a taboo? because there are places where it can never be heard of. You know, one of the things that the group was also calling for was that according to the law in Igbo land, that's what they said, that a dead body cannot be kept for more than 4 market days. So what's the practice in your culture? Hello, good afternoon, welcome. What's your name?
From Port Harcourt.
All right, Franklin.
Some people, why they preserve the cause is because some people believe that why do we bury this person? If somebody died, they say, why do you want to bury him or her? Like foul. So let's do this. So these are the things that make some people to preserve corpse. In the mortuary, you don't have time, limit time. If you have the money now, like this month or this week, you can do your burial. If you have it in a month time, you can do your burial. But there's no need to say 1 year. It's too long now. It's too long to preserve corpse in the mortuary for a long time. So that is my own idea and the contribution.
All right. Thank you for calling, Franklin. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name? Ooh, that happened. That's not your name. Please do well to call, not be kept there. They're talking about how young people are now being possessed by the spirits of these dead people. Daniel is calling from Eleme. Hello, Daniel.
Good afternoon, Constance.
Good afternoon, sir.
Concerning the topic discussed, I said there is nothing wrong for you if you have the little you can use to entertain the people that you would call young capacity.
The dead body in the mortuary. Hold on. So 7 months.
They have relatives. I just believe that this thing you give to a baby to bury him. All those manipulations, that demons. Somebody believes that they are roaming. What are they believe that they are roaming? What are they roaming for? Why did they? No. You see, the Bible says when anybody is talking, not talking from the word of God, that thing is fallacy, and you don't need to believe it. So if somebody dies, I will bury him like the Muslim people do. I think that's the best.
Have you done that before, IK?
Yes, I've done that.
Who did you bury like that?
My senior brother. He even consented it. He said, he told me that the things he sees in the mortuary, how they call people's body, that if he dies, I should, the type police officer said, I should bury him that day. And I did it that day. The community, they wanted to fight me. I said, no, this is what this man told me, and I believe it, and I buried him. I didn't take him to the mortuary.
Wow, interesting. Yes. All right, thank you very much, IK. Muriel from Okrika. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello.
Auntie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Thank you. Once I told you, was it last week or upper week, that I passed through a government hospital,
yes.
Through their mortuary area at the back. And what I saw, look, some of these mosques are businesses. In fact, almost all of them are business places. People use it to make money to generate funds. And if you're keeping your costs there and you're paying, it's fine, for them. By them, it's fine. But if you abandon and you don't pay, because most of those cases, they just abandon and they stop paying. Whether there's an issue with the family or who will pay, or maybe the children are no longer there or something. But if you're keeping for a very long time, you're paying, fine. The stopping business is people die. Because there are some churches, MC, that if you're a member of that church, so traditional leader or community can insist that if your parents or anybody dies, it has to be maybe 1 month or as you can, and don't give anybody any standard. Everybody, if it means, because most times families even contribute. Yeah, they do. Families, there is an issue on them. This person is dragging. This family is dragging. This that meaningful is 1 month. Way some people are doing. I think it will be a long way to relate it. Thank you, I'm saying.
All right, thank you very much for calling, Muriel. So I'm still asking, though. I would like to hear from you. All right, because this particular group, they said a couple of things about keeping the dead bodies for too long, and their reason wasn't really holding water for me. It's this stuff about spirits roaming and possessing young people and causing criminality in the area. And they said, please, government, can you just come in and place a ban on this thing? 4 market days, that's enough, right? The group is in the southeast, Masob. They're in the southeast, so they're basically talking from the culture in that particular region. So if you're from this part of town or from this part of the kind of practice, are you allowed to keep dead body for more to bury? What's the part of burial? You like dig a grave? To Google that thing. The Vikings. Right. Though, I think some parts of India as well. So, but what is the practice in your area when it comes to burial? You know, for some people though, for some, when I talk about people, I'm referring to an entire culture. When I say for some people, all right, I could be talking about a community, it could be a community, a people, as in a community, a society, anywhere. So there are places where the practice for burial differs amongst the subjects and the king. So when a king dies, there's a different practice. Unlike when an ordinary person dies. So maybe the law is that when an ordinary person dies, within 1 week, the burial is done. But when it's a king, they will have to wait for a while. Or when it's a king, they have to do it immediately. And then they will start planning for a proper ceremony. So it differs. So do you know what the practice is in your own area? Could you share with us as well? And then please, if you work in a mortuary, I mean, these stories flying around about dead bodies or dead people and their spirits moving about in the mortuary, I've heard a lot of those stories. And you know one thing, you're not the one working there, so you can't argue with the person, right? So it's what they say that you will just take. You'll be like, okay, I hear you. I mean, I've not been there. So I don't know if it happens. All right. So if I tell you this is what happens where I work and you do not work here, you're not in this industry, it's just what I say you will take. So you won't come and start arguing with me. So please, if you work in a mortuary, I would like to also hear from you. Is it true that the spirits of the bodies kept in the mortuary for long, that they start roaming and start disturbing? Do they disturb? Do people have to knock before you open the room where the bodies are kept? I've heard those things, like I've heard too much. Talk to us. I would like to talk about Nigeria. Stop hating. Calm down. Like, why are we like this? I think I've told you before that I worked with dead bodies as part of my program in school, and I worked in a popular mortuary for my 6 months IT. Dead bodies are dead, for God's sake. Dead! Okay, this is shouting. They cannot move, talk, or come back. There's no such thing as spirits or ghosts or any of them. If they would have slapped me, as we sometimes make jokes about them during embalming. Really? In fact, I prefer cremation to embalming. Just burn the person and keep the ashes. Or like the Muslims, bury them immediately. Or donate the body to science. We have a shortage of cadavers in our medical institutions. Are you for real? Alright, thank you. Hector says it is not real good to keep dead body in the mortuary. I heard sometimes even the spirit of the person becomes angry with the family people. From Hector. That's another one here. Hector, you also heard, right? You have not been able to confirm. You've not seen the spirit of anybody coming to get angry and do whatever with you. Good afternoon, my air lady. 1 month is okay. The practice of keeping a dead person for too long for me is not a good practice. I'm from the Tiv-speaking area of Benue State, and there is an unwritten law where burials are conducted within a month after the demise of the person. There are some exceptions, though. If the person is a prominent person, it can exceed 1 month. It is what it is. Dave. All right. Thank you very much, Dave. So we have one person, Jimmy, from where now? Jimmy, where did you text from? Okay, let's say from Port Harcourt, yeah? Where you say you worked in a mortuary for 6 months and nobody slapped you. No dead body slapped you. So where are all those tales coming from? Perhaps that's what happens within the institution where you worked, because sometimes some things might happen somewhere and they might not happen elsewhere. It doesn't mean that it is not happening, or it has. So it might be another experience depending on their work. So the group in Anambra State in the southeast, they're saying let's put a ban, let's place a ban on keeping dead bodies for too long in the mortuary. The restless spirits of unburied dead bodies in mortuaries are continuously possessing the younger people. Masob calls for ban of mortuaries in Igbo land. So that's what they held on to. Their leader there, his name was Uchenna Madu. He said a lot of things though. dead which after go peeping to see a dead body when they're having those lying in states moments. I'm not a fan. I don't like seeing dead bodies, so I don't come to look. I'm fine. I agree the person is dead. Can we bury him now? All right. So they're also saying that churches should. All right. So they said the dead bodies in mortuaries are wandering around without rest because they were not buried or committed to Mother Earth, and they're now possessing the younger people, influencing or leading and influencing them into all manners of criminalities, evil and wicked acts without fear of the dire consequences of their actions. Dead bodies, when it's a reborn, decide to run amok and cause. Hey, that is what I know the grid. But what is it for you? How long is too long? Once, like a couple of persons have said, it should be at least 1 month. Don't stay for more than 1 month. So they say it's an abomination in Igbo traditional culture to keep a dead body for more than 4 Igbo market days. Eke ori afo nkwo. I mixed it up, but I know. Eke nkwo ori afo. Yeah, those are the 4 market days, right? So they're saying it shouldn't be more than 4 market days. So what's the practice where you come from though? Does it last for 1 month? Can a dead body be kept in the mortuary for like 1 year before the burial is done? There are places where they keep their dead for up to 1 year before they actually bury the person. I remember when my mother's father died, they buried him. Was it almost immediately or something? It's not conducted until say it's no longer burial now if the dead body is not there to be buried. But hey, are we supposed to be looking at the dead body? Is it to believe that the person is actually dead or what? Yeah, some people call it paying last respect. But you can actually pay your last respect without having to look at a dead body. But it all depends on what the practice is, on what the cultural belief is, on what the tradition is. Like those who bury within 24 hours, the Muslims, that's their practice. The Jews also do that. Ours is also their own practice. Their standard practice, 24 hours. You bury the person is dead. So yeah, bury him. Of course, there are people who have also criticized the whole burying someone within 24 hours. They're like, what? So you keep the person in the mortuary for at least a couple of days. Really? Hello?
Good afternoon to you, my lady.
Good afternoon, Real Gift. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. We pass there. Can't help everybody. I don't agree with them. You see, the thing is, make a case. But don't use some sort of examples to push your case. If you say keeping corpses is not too good, yes, I agree with that. But you have to look at the circumstances sometimes why some people keep their dead that long. But you can't tell me, say that the dead body spirit, the dead, in fact, the body is waiting for mortuary, their spirits. That means any environment where there is a mortuary, that means that the people where they live there will be humans, no plenty now. That's what it means. I don't agree with them. Take a case for yourself. Sometimes people keep because of finance.
Yeah.
There are other, traditional rights they have to fulfill before they put that person in the ground. And then why you get those ones, their spirits, and they don't bury them, where they come out from again? I think they should make a case, a proper case to sell this the argument. I agree with them. That's just the thing. Thank you very much, my lady.
All right, thank you very much. Like I said, blame it on the dead. Except for now, make devil rest. There's no rest for devil. Okay, so yeah. There are several reasons why people keep the bodies of their late loved ones for a very long time in the morgue or mortuary, whatever you call it. And of course, financial constraints is one of those we've mentioned. And then availability or unavailability of other family members. If everyone is not around, or those who actually play a very important role in whatever ceremonies that will be conducted, if they're not available at that time, that could also lead to such delays, right? Especially when maybe the first son of the family is abroad. Is he you last born that to go and bury for papa and mama? Who you be, Kwan? You have to wait, right? Yeah. Keep coming. The program is coming up at 1 o'clock to 1:30. I'll be back and I'll read your messages. And I'm still asking you to tell me how long is too long to keep a dead body in the mortuary. How long do you consider too long to keep a dead body in the mortuary? And second of all, do you believe that spirits of those who are not buried early enough, they can begin to roam and start disturbing people? Have you had any experiences yourself? Please share with us. I'll be back. Just stay tuned. Trending stories, and after that, budget for 30 minutes. Stay tuned.